Want to turn your passion for drawing into a full-time career? Discover our courses at Brushcamp where you become a master in the realm of digital painting. Brushcamp offers tons of similar courses in illustration, 2D, 3D design. Level up your creativity with free knowledge and courses. Visit brushcamp.com today and explore endless possibilities.
Hello everyone and welcome to Lesson 5. In this lesson, we will learn about basic shapes in Adobe Illustrator. That group of tools is here, called the tool group because in this, it will include many other small tools. Depends on your version and settings. In this group of tools, it will be place related things. We will use the basic board and have 12,345 these tools. I will introduce the rectangle tool. The shortcut is the letter M. You can press M. You keep dragging to create a rectangle. I'll choose sky blue color. When you drag it, it will make a rectangle like this. And you can hold this to adjust. This is the tool used to draw rectangles and squares. That's how you draw rectangles. If you want to draw a square, press the Shift button to create a square and press Alt to enlarge it from the center. This is how you can draw squares. Hold Shift to keep the proportions when we scale the image. Next is the ellipse tool. The shortcut is the letter L. You can drag as usual. All you have to do is drag and drop. Then it will create ellipses. When you hold down Shift, it will create a circle. And if you want it to enlarge from the center, press Alt. Alt plus Shift key combination. That you can draw a circle from the ellipse tool. Third is the polygon tool. This tool will help you create shapes with many edges. It's a hexagon. If you want to increase or decrease the number of its sides, you will notice here that it has a rhombus point. It's here. This key will help you increase or decrease its number of edges. When you increase or decrease it, this only helps you to adjust within a certain range. For example, here it only adjusts between 3 and 11. Increase to 11 edges. When this image is done, you can continue to adjust it further. It only increases and decreases by this, but to draw a shape with more sides, you click on any point in your workspace. Then it will create a tool panel. Radius is the size of the image. For example, I give it 100 points. As for the number of sides, you can enter any number you want. For example, I want to enter 20 edges. A figure has 20 sides. When this image is small, you can't see the number of edges. But when I zoom in, you can clearly see that it has a lot of small edges in it. And when you zoom out, it feels like a circle. When you zoom out it, you can fully adjust its edge numbers here. This is the first way. The second way is that you can draw such a picture. Then you click and hold the mouse. And you press the up and down button. Press the up and down buttons to increase or decrease its number of edges. Press the up and down buttons to increase or decrease its number of edges. To create an even shape, you have to hold Shift. Hold Shift so it can equilateral the edges, and press Alt to enlarge it from the center. Press Alt to enlarge it from the center. If you want to increase or decrease the number of edges, you will adjust here, or you can adjust from the beginning by entering the number. Enter the exact data you want. Enter the exact data you want. Next we will come to Star Tool. This is a tool to help you draw more basic star shapes. Its drawing principle is also quite similar to this hexagon. It can help you increase or decrease the number of sides of this star. You can enter data to be able to draw a picture as you want. The first way is to draw it. Hold the mouse and increase or decrease the number of edges by pressing up and down. It can increase or decrease the number of edges. You can completely enter the data. Radius 1 is the big ring on the outside. Radius 2 is the inner ring. For example, I enter 300 points outside and 200 points inside. And I want the number of points. The number of its sides is 15. And it will create an image. Next is this star image. It comes into different forms. Select Tool. When you draw an ordinary star, if you want your star to be bigger and its wings are a bit rounder, press Alt. Then the star shape will have the second shape like that. Its wings will be a bit rounder. The distance from radius. This distance from radius 1 to what is in it will decrease. The distance from this ring to this inner ring. When it gets to this inner circle, it will decrease again. It will decrease again when you don't press Alt. The distance between radius 1 and radius 2 will be very far. And when you press the Alt key, the distance is reduced. Make our star in it bigger, rounder. Those are two types when you use the star tool to draw. Next we will come to the line segment tool. This tool is very simple. Its shortcut is, it is located above the Enter key. You just need to hold a point and drag and drop in any direction you want. You grab a point and drag. It will create lines in any way you want. This tool is quite simple for you to use. And there's not much to say about it either. Because of that, it's very simple. You press Shift to draw a straight direction. Press Shift to get a horizontal line and a 45-degree angle. It's the same way we use the pen tool. I will show you a group of tools that can transform from basic shapes to more complex shapes. We have an image with 3 layers of color like that. I'll give it an effect so it can transform from a rectangle into another shape. If you want to add an effect, go to the Effect tool panel here. Warp and choose. Like this, it will transform according to its descriptive shape that you can see. Choose Fish. For example, if we choose Squeeze or Twist, you can see that it only changes with each of these shapes. Because these pictures of mine are individual pictures and have not been grouped together, I want it to be a whole shape, and all these colors have to form a shape. You must group it. Group it into an object, Ctrl+G. The version we have not grouped is 3 separate objects, and when we have selected those 3 objects, we group them. It's grouped above and it has these 3 small objects inside. In this group it has 3 small objects in it. When we manipulate the group to apply the effect, as you can see, It will form a large shape and not form individual ones anymore. Here you can adjust its curvature. You can change its direction, horizontal and vertical. Here too, you can completely adjust its direction. You can enter these parameters. When you finish typing, don't press enter or it will take this value too. And when you want to change, you can't. For example, I press 50. I will not press enter, but I will click on this box to continue entering the parameters. This one I choose 20. You should click on other cells to see the review results. And do not press enter. If you press enter, it will receive that result and create an image. And we want to return to the original parameters. Press 0. Return it to the way it was. You can edit it a bit. For example, if you like this picture, we will press OK. You can see here it only exists as an effect. It applies on this object. If you want it to turn into this object, go to Object and choose Expand Appearance. From the effects a moment ago, it has turned into these objects. Become the object you want. As you can see, when we haven't applied Expand Appearance, it only has rectangular objects and it can only add an effect. We'll go inside the object and choose Expand Appearance. Then these images will turn into the curved objects you want. I will show you another tool to corner your subject. It's simpler. We have a rectangle. I have a rectangle and I don't want these corners to be square, but want these corners to be circles. In the past, when you only knew the pen tool, you would draw this corner like that. Like that. You will use the pen tool to make this corner round. But it's going to be really hard to do that, and even if we try, it won't be equilateral. It is very difficult. To simpler, you choose this object. Using the selection tool or the direct selection tool, it can show white circles under these square corners. You can fully grasp and pull it. You can grab it and pull it. You can increase its angularity. When you want to enter an exact number, then you enter here. It's in corners radius. You can enter the exact number you want. For example, I only want 50. Next to it is the corners type. It will have different types of corner flaps. This is the type of flap. This is a round shape. Or you can simply edit by dragging your mouse on the round point, pressing the Alt key and clicking on it. To change, hold down the Alt key and click on it. There is one more problem, which you often get stuck when you use this tool. We have a picture like that, and I want to bend that corner at an angle of 60. When we want to scale that image smaller, gradually it will turn into a circle when we zoom in. When you drag it to a certain degree, this corner will no longer be round. I will make it bigger. you will almost see this angle, it will be smaller. Because whether the image is large or small, its angle is still 60. It won't create the shape you want when you scale it. When you scale this image out and keep the ratio, you have two ways. One is that you press Ctrl+K and go to this Preferences panel. You turn on this Scale Corners feature. Or you can go to Edit, select Preferences, click General. Its shortcut is Ctrl+K, and if you want to follow step by step, you do as I instruct. You go to Scale Corners. No matter how you zoom out or zoom in, the angle is still in proportion to the image. It will be kept to the aspect ratio of the image. The second way is that you can click on the X, Y, or H index. When you click on it, it will have a Scale Corners here. Just click on it. If you haven't turned it on yet, you can turn it on here. When you turn it on outside, it also turns it on in here. It will help you to keep the aspect ratio of the image. This is all the knowledge that I want to talk about in this article about these basic shapes. Thank you and goodbye everyone.
Please like and subscribe to our channel.